Hello, this is Dr. Fran. You know Dr. Ruth? Well, I'm the English version. The reason I began this podcast is because I have a passion to move people out of sexual inertia. As a former Roman Catholic nun, I've lived a life of great transitions, and along the way have unlearned the lies that kept me trapped in sexual ignorance for years. Having gone through the transitions of my life, I now have the scope of knowledge to address issues across the board, across all ages and all topics, and I'd like to share that knowledge with you. After 25 years as a practicing RN, I earned a PhD in human sexuality and am now an ASEX certified sexuality counsellor and clinical sexologist. I'm here to discuss common issues, give tips, discuss sex education, and help improve your intimacy and sex life. Feel free to email me questions and comments at drfran@improveintimacy.com. You can also follow me on my social networking sites located at the bottom of www.improveintimacy.com.
Let's talk about where we get our values from. In a workshop recently, I asked women to write down a list of what they wanted in their sex lives as well as their lives in general. That's what I asked you to do last time, so pull that list out because we'll be looking at it this time. It was really kind of funny because one woman asked permission from the lady next to her to say, "Can I tell them what you said?" And she said, "Yeah, go ahead." She said, "I thought that laughing was wrong, that I wanted to put laughing on my list of things that I liked, but I thought it was taboo." And strangely, quite a few people in the group agreed that laughing during sex or laughing about sex was wrong, and they had value judgments around it. Where do you think that came from? You see, I'm from Europe, so for me, laughing about anything is certainly sex is the funniest thing in the world. So we didn't have that kind of societal taboo. However, society definitely impacts everybody a lot. Parents, of course, media, religion. All generations carry the memory on their DNA, down from parent to parent, mother to child. Interestingly enough, I think where sex is concerned, women really do carry a lot of the responsibility for passing down the mandates of how a good girl should behave. If I were to show you a photograph of 5 generations of women that could all still be alive today, sitting on a couch together, the oldest would be obviously in the 90s, which meant that her mother would have been from an entirely different culture century. 100 years ago, women actually believed that they were asexual, that their whole purpose for being on the planet was to be a receptacle for a man's sperm and to procreate. Procreative sex was the only righteous sex. If a woman were to admit to enjoying it, what do you think should be called straight off the bat? Shout out some names of what you would call women who like sex. Slut, easy, hoe, tramp, loose, girls that do. What do we call them today? Those were the names that they called.